How you doing, guys? Big Mac Dan School back once again with another video for you. I've got a plan. Golden Demon tickets were really hard to come by this year and I managed to get my greasy little mitts on one.
Cheers, Orky.
So I'm going to enter because there's no good painters going this year apparently. It's now or never for me, I guess. Now, I've never made a secret of the fact that I'm not the best painter. Does this bother me? No, not really. I paint to a standard that I'm happy with, relying on things like contrast paints and dry brushing, rather than learning to improve my brush control and wet blending ability. And with my approach and attitude, I'm never likely to win a Golden Demon finalist pin, let alone slay a sword, so why should I bother entering? For me, the hobby's always been about having fun, not taking things too seriously and meeting like-minded people you can get along with and maybe become lifelong friends. And if you look back at Games Workshop in its earliest days, that's the same attitude and approach that the company was founded on. In the current hiring literature, in fact, they still say that your attitude is even more important than your skills or experience. Now, while I appreciate GW has evolved over the years into a publicly traded company that now has plenty of shareholders to please, they still have a culture that puts enthusiasm and enjoyment ahead of competition and reward. Am I saying that competition is a bad thing? No, not at all. In fact, it can encourage creativity and lead to people working hard to improve their own competence in whatever field they're competing. But some of the sourness we saw rise from this community when certain individuals didn't manage to get a ticket was both ridiculous and disappointing. No one individual has a right to expect to be able to attend an event like Golden Demon. When Warhammer Fest returns, probably next year, more people will be able to enter Golden Demon and will likely see a reduction in whining from the community. Until they find something else to moan about, that is. So, how will I bring the fun back to the community? What's my entry going to be? I'll be entering the Duel category, and the title of my entry is B Snagger. That's B Snagger. You get me? It's a pun on Beast Snagger. It's going to involve a conversion and a snotling riding a certain type of squig. I'm hoping to entertain the judges, not wow them. If I can give one or two people a chuckle when they see my entry, then my mission's complete. I'm hoping that I can give them something to mention to their mates, even though it's not likely to get me any prizes. Truth be told, I fully expect entries from the Youngbloods category to outshine mine, in terms of application of technique and painting ability. This doesn't mean that I won't be trying. Over the next few weeks I'll be looking into nailing down certain colours, green in particular. I've already been scouring the internet for different techniques of painting orc and goblin flesh, drawing particular inspiration from the likes of Savage Orc Guy and Goblin Green 2021 over on Instagram, as well as a host of previous Golden Demon entrants. In order to get the practice in before painting my Duel, I'll have to paint a few more models. I'm planning on stripping a 2nd edition Orc Boy and painting it up to my highest standard. If I'm satisfied with the job, I might even enter it into the 40k single miniature category. When I was at ChillCon the other weekend, I even picked up a brand new plinth in the hope that it'll elevate my entry somewhat. The main reason I'm going to Golden Demon is because I do like to push myself every now and again with my painting. Push myself out of my comfort zone a little bit. It's not something I often do. Last year I did my Hobby 365 where I attempted to paint a miniature for every day of the year. And I completed it. It was a fun project, if somewhat stressful at times, when I didn't always have the time available to sit down and paint in the evenings. So I can paint a large amount of models, but can I paint one model to a high standard? That's kind of what I want to find out. If I'm painting a single Duel, or it's like a small diorama basically, to a high standard, and I can also paint 365 models in a year to a sort of tabletop standard, am I a better hobbyist than somebody who can win Slayer Sword? I don't know. But the main thing is I'll be having fun with the hobby. I'm hoping not to get too stressed about it, if I'm honest. And like I said, that it'll make a couple of people chuckle, bringing back the fun to the hobby that sometimes gets sapped when certain individuals in the community get a little salty. I'll leave my mini rant there for now, guys, but don't forget, if you'd like to help support the channel, there's some links in the description below, and you can always like and subscribe if you've not already done so. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the battlefield.